Welcome to the Town Square Podcast, where we are advocates for a better Newton County and the surrounding areas, too. We got people coming in all over the place these days.
Yes, we do.
But I'm Trey Bailey, and this is...
Gabriel, Stovall. What's happening? Am I looking in the right... I'll look at all of the cameras and just salute them all right now, man.
Video is the new format for us. We're like, look at all this.
It is.
But we have an esteemed guest with us today.
Yes, we do.
Pastor Charles Prescott II. Pastor P, as they call him.
That's what my new nickname.
Listen, that name just sounds regal, man. Charles Prescott II. I love it, man.
I'm expecting big things.
I love it. Well, I'll say also welcome. I mean, you've been in the area now for some months, but the fairly new pastor of the Macedonia Baptist Church in Covington, right? Mm-hmm. And so just want to say welcome to the community in that regard, man. Yes, and glad to have you from one pastor to another, man. Glad to have you here, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
So Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, did I get that right?
You got it right.
The MAC.
The MAC.
The MAC down on Henderson Mill Road.
Henderson Mill Road.
Yes.
2051.
2051.
I'll get in trouble if I don't say the whole address.
You got to say the whole address.
I'll get in trouble if I don't say Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. Just say the MAC.
Yeah. You got
old school members.
Yeah. Why are you trying to change the name?
Which camera am I looking at?
Yeah.
Guys, I didn't change the name of the church, okay?
Any of them.
The members called it the MAC as a nickname. Again, I promise I didn't change the name of the church.
He needed to give a direct communication in that moment right there.
You guys are witnesses. Whatever. I did not change the name of the church. The MAC is a nickname. And I didn't come up with it.
I love it. Well, see, that's the real key. If you didn't come up with it, then it's just like, hey, I'm riding with what somebody else did, man.
Here we go.
So that's all.
This episode of the Town Square Podcast is brought to you by Luther Rice College and Seminary. A community's well-being often reflects the spiritual health of its people. That's why a local Christian college like Luther Rice is a critical voice in our time and culture.
You're absolutely right, Trey. And for me, this is more than just an ad read because I'm actually a Luther Rice alumnus. So my degree there helped prepare me not only for ministry, but also for engaging with the community in meaningful ways.
Yeah, same here. I trusted Luther Rice for my education too, and I can tell you firsthand, they're committed to shaping leaders who impact the church, the marketplace, and the world.
Absolutely. So listen, whether you're a high school student looking for a biblically based dual enrollment option, an adult learner wanting to deepen your biblical knowledge, or a working professional looking for development to impact your workplace, Luther Rice is a trusted option for continuing your education from a Christian worldview.
Yes, every program is 100% online and designed for your unique calling, from dual enrollment and undergraduate degrees to certificate programs and doctorate level study. They have options for the entire community that are biblical, affordable, accredited, and completely online.
All right, so here's the call to action. Take your next step toward your calling. Visit lutherrice.edu to learn more. Again, that's lutherrice.edu. Well, man, listen, like I said, man, it's just, I was talking to Trey not long ago, and we started talking about different guests and things like that, and we talked about how we want to have opportunities for more of our faith-based workers, ministers, co-laborers in the gospel to come. A lot of our discussion in this podcast, a lot of our guests revolve around all of the different facets of the community and how it's growing, industry, economically, educationally, all of that. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, we need to push the accelerator a little bit on some of the folks who make up our faith-based community. Mm-hmm. And you were one of the first names I thought of because I was like, Pastor's pretty new into this area, and I didn't know how much you knew prior about Covington. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, just talk about that a little bit. Like how did you even get to I'm gonna say it right, to Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church?
They gonna come looking for you.
They gonna come looking for me.
They know where your church is too, buddy.
James Pascal Missionary Baptist Church. I call them JP, but I got to say it all sometimes. But yeah, man, how did that even come about for you, man? I know you got some Augusta ties. We'll talk about that later. But how did it come about for you to get to Macedonia?
Man, people who know me know I didn't want to be a pastor.
Wow.
I ran from ministry for 12 years before my grandmother said, look, you're going to run out of places to run to. So I reluctantly gave it over to God. And I mean, my background then, I started in Augusta with Abaya Williams, the bishop of Abaya Williams, one of my best friends.
Yeah. Good basketball coach, too.
Yeah, good basketball coach. Yeah, that's my guy. Shout out to Abaya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was his adjutant and his armor bearer, along with his best friend. We fought together also. I'm a 7th degree black belt. Abaya, he's a 8th degree, I think.
Yeah.
Did that, and then I met my wife, and I ended up moving. So I moved back to Atlanta, and moving to Atlanta, I met Pastor Hubbard, which is her goddad. So my father-in-law actually died. I never got a chance to meet him. He was a pastor in outside of Athens. Pastor Hubbard was his pastor.
Okay.
So Pastor Hubbard got me, and I did my training under him. I cut my teeth, as me and you talked on Facebook once, in youth ministry.
Yes.
And built the youth ministry from scratch. And I was okay with just sitting there under him outside of doing my career, which was ever involved. And so I was good doing that. And it got to a point God called me to Salem Salem Bible Church. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Under, then Pastor Joseph Williams and Pastor Emeritus Jasper Williams. I was their youth pastor. And I got them through COVID.
Awesome.
The thing about COVID, no one knew, no one had a blueprint.
None.
I don't care if you had been doing this thing 30 years or 30 minutes.
None.
Everybody was trying to figure it out. So we were one of the only youth departments at the time doing their live service every Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from there, I partnered with, when the time was up, Quincy Carswell, the second. Me and Quincy used to work together.
Okay.
I came on as Quincy's men's pastor. And when that time was up, that season was up, my dad ended up dying while I was there. So I was kind of I preached his eulogy. And I was kind of in a point where, like, God, I need a break.
Yeah.
So I took a sabbatical without a church.
Yeah.
So for a year and a half, me and my wife, we just chilled. We went into church we wanted to go to on Sunday. Didn't matter. She's a member of Tabernacle with Charles Goodman. So we go hear Dr. Goodman, one of my favorite pastors. We go hear Dr. Goodman, or we'll go somewhere else. We spent a lot of time at Dr. Hall's church, The Way, because it's around the corner from the house.
Right.
And I do leadership consulting and trainings. So I use his book, Bridging the Gap, a lot.
Right.
So it was good to sit under him and hear him for a while. And man, the Macedonia application hit my email and I deleted it. And it kept showing up.
Yeah, it kept popping up.
And I'm like, man, why is this coming to me? I'm not even Googling how to be a pastor or openings. And it kept popping up.
Right.
And I told my wife, I said, hey, ride with me real fast. It was one rainy night. We rode all the way down the Hendersonville Road. That's how I found out how big Covington was.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and it's not just what you see off I-20.
It is not. It is not.
And if you've been to Macedonia, we're almost in Jackson, Georgia.
Yes.
That's
yes,
like,
indeed.
is this still Covington?
Yes. Yes.
And we sat there, and I said, well, I'm going to apply to be the pastor. She's like, if that was God telling you, I said, you're telling me something loud and clear. This keeps popping up in my spirit.
Yeah.
So I applied, and I went through the 6-month process. And the good thing about when I tell people, when you're interviewing for a job, you don't really need a job.
Right, right.
There's no stress in it.
There's no, exactly.
So the entire process, I'm like, hey, look, guys, if God calls me, he calls me, but I'm just going to preach. And it was no stress for 6 months.
Yeah.
And ultimately they made a decision that they wanted me to be their pastor. And I mean, we've been full go ever since April.
That's awesome.
April 2025. Gosh, 5.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff, man. That's awesome. Now, I got to ask you this. What was it that really? I mean, if you say I tried my best to run away from this calling, because I just believe, and whether it's pastoring or other things, I believe we've got people who are listening that are probably running from some stuff themselves. So like, what was it that made you decide? I mean, I know it was God, but like, how did he make you decide to say, hey man, like this is where I need you right now?
At Macedonia.
At Macedonia. At
Macedonia. It was, it's something that you can't really explain. If it's the calling.
Yeah.
It's the calling that you think about it. It's on your mind. Everything you do, you see it. You start having the visions of it. And they just got on my radar. And just meeting the people in the 6-month process. They're, hey, can we have your phone number? I'm like, yeah, sure. And the people calling, they're checking on you, right?
Yeah.
They want to talk to you. I'm like, well, y'all some pretty cool people. And even before the process, it's going to make you laugh. I came to Friends and Family Day.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
And I met the kitchen crew.
Very important.
Yes, sir.
I'm at the kitchen crew, and I
Yes,
was like,
sir.
all right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My.
We got something. We got something brewing here.
Yeah.
And sitting down and fellowshipping. And one thing Pastor Hubbard taught us, he said, son, you can tell a lot about a pastor or a preacher what they do outside the pulpit.
It's true.
So when you're out of the pulpit, how are you interacting? Are you sitting down with the people? That's how you get to know the people.
Yes.
So for me, I wanted to interview them like they were interviewing me. And how can you do it outside of the greatest thing God gave us is fried chicken?
Come on.
So God blessed the chicken and laid down his life to save every soul on this
Hallelujah.
land. So how could you not have great conversation?
Trey,
and we're talking about the black church.
I need a Hammond B3 organ track in the back here, man. We got because he preaching. He preaching, man. Yeah, where my hoop
where the
triggers
hoop
at,
triggers
man?
at, man?
I got it on my phone, man. He preaching now.
Man.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. That's all. Trey, you like you wanted to ask him
Well,
something. Because I could just talk all day long.
I don't want to get in the way either.
No,
like I will learn so much today. I'm looking forward to it. But I know you've been in, like you mentioned bi-vocational when you walked in. We're talking about just having to do or getting to do both, public ministry where you get paid to do that, but then also in the real world, boots on the ground every day with people, getting paid to do something else. Still ministry, right? But it's like ministry. So what is the other thing? What is the other thing you do?
Currently, I'm the chief of police and associate vice president of campus safety at Morehouse College.
Okay,
awesome.
Well,
awesome.
So a Morehouse man.
I'm a Morehouse man. I graduated 2007.
Wow.
Oh, you're a young man too.
They convinced me into coming back home.
They convinced you.
Won't talk too bad about my alma mater, but I love Morehouse.
You got to make a lot of personal statements today, man.
Great to me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What's that job like? I mean, it's
we said it's ministry.
Yeah,
it's ministry. I'm on a campus surrounded by the future leaders of America.
Right.
And just the atmosphere, and it's hard to describe to someone who hasn't been a part of it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm 18 years in law enforcement at this point. I came to Morehouse. I was the first black chief investigator in Cobb County. I was the first black law enforcement chief in the county.
Wow.
I came off the heels of the Maud Arbery murder trial. I was the lead investigator for that.
Oh.
No kidding.
Before that, I was over the gang unit in Fulton County as an assistant chief at the district attorney's office. So that in itself can kind of skew you of your own people, your own race, right? So when you see black boys, my idea was, well, that's 99% of my caseload are black males. When I got to Morehouse, I forgot what I left in 2007.
Wow, that's good.
I don't see boys with guns. I don't see boys sagging. I see boys holding each other up. They're hugging each other. They're being vulnerable with each other. They're telling you they love you. They're talking about, what can we do tomorrow? They're having healthy debates, not like you'd have outside the walls of Morehouse in my position of just the debates and nothing is done, but having healthy conversation.
Right.
It's something, man, I love it to death. So they'll come by, they'll knock on the door, they'll hang out. You got to buy it. And they're college students. And they're all boys. So you all imagine yourself, you were 18 to 21 in college and just young and crazy.
A lot of testosterone flowing and all kinds of, So a
lot of them, I've reached UNC status now. I'm 42 now. I didn't realize UNC status stuck up on me so fast. But I'm UNC status now. And they'll call you that.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
But I mean, man, I enjoy every day of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I'm working.
Yeah. Vocation. Vocation is calling.
Yeah, it's the calling.
It sounds like you're in several places to be an effective minister of the gospel, man. That's
I'll try my best.
Man, something you said was Trey, you rolled your sleeves up because you want to get in the messy middle. So here I'm gonna get in it. Something you said, man, was made me think. It triggered me, not in a bad way, just triggered some thought in me when you were talking about how, you went to Morehouse. This is the HBCU. When you're there, you're around intelligentsia, black men who are scholars or trying to be scholars. You're around that. And then you come out into law enforcement. Now you're around some black brothers and some other things. And you said how it skewed you. But it made me think when you talked about how you went back and was reminded, okay, this is not the full population of who we are. It made me think about something, because something I've been seeing on like social media lately, kind of a trend where, like, for instance, you know how they'll have these sites now where basically they put up the mugshot of somebody and they'll say, you know, whatever their charges was or whatever. And you'll see, and I've seen it, if as a black person up there, sometimes I'll see white folks in the comments saying something like the usual suspect. But then when there's a white person that's got the mugshot in there, then it's like the black people will be in the comments saying the usual suspects. And it just made me, I don't know why it just triggered, but it just made me think we all got usual suspects, whether we're black, whether we're white, whether we're whatever. How when with this kind of perspective, and you're reminding yourself that, you know, all of, even my own kind, we all got issues. Like, how does that help you, or how does that perspective aid you when you're pastoring a predominantly black church in a county now that's predominantly African American? It wasn't like that 10 years ago when I first started coming around, but it is now. How does that perspective help you, man?
Well, it takes work on the inside.
Yeah.
And you said a lot of it, of recognize we all are born with those certain biases.
Yeah.
Some stuff you don't mean, you can't help it. It's just something that's in you.
Right.
It doesn't make you necessarily a bad person.
Right.
But you got to address those things and say, all right, well, I do have some biases.
Yes.
And we get those usual suspects. I mean, I ran a gang unit in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, right? It wasn't no white Crips running through full county, man.
It is what it is. I mean, absolutely.
I mean, it just wasn't that.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I got to Cobb, I told you I was the first black law enforcement chief and the first black chief of the DA's office. And the office was predominantly white.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So you spend every day trying to prove your intelligence to people.
Yeah.
Here I am with 3 degrees. I got 2 master's degrees and an undergrad. And I'm working on a PhD now, but I'm still trying to prove myself on basic stuff I learned in 2008.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just getting back to Morehouse and understanding that every conversation is not a debate. Right.
That's good.
Every conversation is not a debate.
That's good.
Talking clearly and being heard. So it makes me want to hear others when they're talking also. And then you recognize people come from different backgrounds. My son grew up, before I got married, I was a single parent. So my son grew up with me his whole life. I was a cop his whole life. I've been shot. I've been undercover. He saw guns all the time. So him seeing a cop or officer doesn't scare him.
Yeah.
Those are uncles, right?
Yeah.
Aunties. That's what he's used to. On the flip side, you got somebody, I don't know their background. They don't have the same positive experiences. Right. They've seen cops plant evidence. They've seen cops beat up people, and they've done the use of excessive force issues. So how do you get in the middle of that? Right. You got to be open. You got to listen. And it's ministry. And this is a calling. When I'm training leaders and I'm talking to leaders, this is a calling. And if you are, I was teaching at a conference once. I won't name the conference, and it was full of police leaders. And I said, raise your hand if you want your loved one, your child, your niece, your nephew to be in law enforcement. Nobody raised their hand. Nobody raised their hand.
I bet. Listen, I have a similar response when somebody asks me, "Do you want your son to be a preacher?"
Man, look, no,
nope. Now, whatever God do, that's
luckily
on him.
It's not my choice.
Listen,
right?
I know that's right, man. I know that's right. But yeah, to that point though.
Yeah. So we owe it to ourselves as leaders now to take care of everybody that's under you, because their family feels the same way.
Yeah.
And now if you're their chief or whoever, they're under your care. So you got to love them regardless. You got to love them through their pain, love them through their hurt. You got to get to know them. You got to find out what the ticks are, what's not the ticks, and it takes patience. Same thing with pastoring.
Yeah.
Same exact thing with pastoring. Everybody has a different attitude. I know I can say something to this deacon and he'll be okay. If I say something to this deacon, he's not going to say anything for 3 months, and then we'll have church conference. And then it'll be an issue. Like, well, wait a minute.
Yes.
You could have called me.
Yes.
Right? So it's getting to know people. And, you know, I got to give Dr. Hall this props with that Bridging the Gap. It helped me so much. Understanding how to talk to different generations. Right? And my whole life has been supervising upward. I mean, I started supervising when I was at 29. I started the police department at Payne College.
Wow.
So at 29,
That's crazy.
everybody there was older than me.
That's crazy.
Everybody was older than me. So supervising upward. And it's been my whole career. I've always been the youngest. I've always been black or the first black. I had to learn how to talk across those generations.
Wow.
And taking it to ministry is the same thing.
Yeah.
You just got to be open.
Yeah.
You can't lead with an ego. You can't hurt my feelings easy.
Yep. Got to have that.
You
tough
got to
skin,
have
brother.
that.
Yeah.
Got to have that.
Well, you're in two different institutions, and like we talk about institutions these days. They're these historic, right? Like things have been forever. So the police, public safety, that's been a thing forever. But that institution is something that people have beginning to, or some people just have completely lost faith in.
Yeah.
The same with the church, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're now at a 147-year-old church, right? 147, 148, and somewhere in there.
147.
Yeah.
And that
We
is
just
like
turned 147.
historic institution. And these are institutions that not particularly the MAC, but they're institutions that people just have a little cynicism towards. How do you handle that? You're in two worlds, man, where people are just looking at you like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust you. Like, how do you build that trust? How do you?
You got to be authentic. Just be yourself.
Yes.
People appreciate the realness. It was a point in time. You had the grandstand. You had to put on. You had to have
That's kind
the
of how
3
we
and
was.
4-piece suits.
That was kind of how we was raised, though, man.
You had to
black
preach in the
church,
robe.
like you had,
Your feet had to hurt.
Yeah.
Even if you got bunions.
Yeah.
I told Macedonia quick, look, I got bunions. So I think my second sermon, I had on some sneakers with a suit. So I got bunions.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be comfortable while I preach.
I know
so
that's
if this is a no-go for you all.
I'm letting y'all know early. This is what it is.
Put it out there.
Preachers and sneakers. I
I'm
think
telling
it's
you,
the thing.
man. Yeah.
I mean, so it's just that. In Macedonia, I mean, I'm sure you get it over there where you're at too, at your church. But we're 147. I got members who will say, I've been here for 70 years.
Yes.
Been here 70. I've been here all my life. Well, my next question is, well, where are your kids at? How do we sustain it to be another 147 years while we got the ship? Because all we're doing is warming up the space for somebody else.
That's it.
So how do we keep the legacy going?
That's good.
How do we keep this house of worship open and put the mission work back in the missionary? Somewhere along the line, we lost it.
Yeah.
So it's our job as leaders to find the thing we lost, to make sure we get with God and we keep our ears pressed to his lips so we can follow that vision and get it back. Because it happens so much, man. Even in law enforcement, people don't want to change.
Yep.
And we've been doing it for years. Well,
Yep.
yeah.
How's that working out for
Don't
you?
mean you've been doing it right.
Right. Longevity does not always equate to correctness.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you've been doing it right.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it's called grace.
Yeah, come on.
But when you know better, it's time to start moving better. And, and the church is one of the biggest ones about it. We said we can get messy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do.
The black churches are one of the main ones about it of, this is what we always do.
Yep.
And we get in conference, we put out those Robert's rules.
Yep.
And I second the motion. And
Yes, sir.
we got to vote on who's going to pay the water bill this month.
Come on.
Come on, guys.
Come on, man.
Right, yeah.
Listen.
Some stuff is good for the past because when we look at our ancestors back then, they couldn't really read and write. They didn't know how to do it. And while we're talking, let's talk about the preaching aspect of it.
Come on, man.
We didn't expect a lot from our preachers growing up.
Right.
Besides a hoop and a holler and a good song or two. But now, you got to bring something in the pulpit.
You do. We're in a generation where they are Googling and fact checking you in the pew while you're preaching.
And when I told you I cut my teeth in youth ministry, I think every preacher needs to start off as youth pastor.
Yeah.
If you can hold the attention of some high school kids for like 45 minutes talking about God.
Listen.
Man, the old saints are going to yell and hoop regardless.
Yeah.
But it's the authenticity of just being able to talk to a group of kids, of young adults. I mean, it's amazing.
Who have questions. They want to know answers, right?
They'll ask questions during the sermon.
I was going to say, they demand a level of depth from us now that, as you said, some of our older saints, even if in their brain they're thinking he ain't saying nothing, they still going, you can cliche them into a shout. You know, you can just say God is good, they're going to say something. Right. But these young ones are asking questions, wanting depth, wanting, as I love the word you're using, authenticity. They can tell when you're not being authentic.
Right.
And
They,
we
they can
joke
see
about it, right?
Yeah.
It's the gospel, right? We know we're gonna put Jesus on the cross. We're gonna pull him down, put him there all night Friday,
all day Saturday.
all night Saturday. But it's Sunday
morning.
You gotta get out.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You
Trey,
got
two hooping black preachers around you, man.
You gotta do.
Should I try it? I don't know.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Because
It might.
see you. There it is. I think you was in D flat, man. I think that's.
Watch out, because it is the gospel now, so it still catch hold of you.
I'm trying to tell you.
You may play with it,
You
still
may
get
play
hold
with
to
it.
you.
Fool
But,
around, we be shouting in the studio for real, bro.
we've seen preachers who don't have any meat to the sermon.
Yes. Yes.
And they'll just go straight to the cross.
Yep.
Give us something to get us there.
There
Right.
you go.
Right.
Give us something. So not studying, not those Saturday night special sermons, those days are gone.
Yeah.
If they are, your church is not thriving.
Exactly.
Your congregation is not those people that are trying to push the vision forward. There's some people just going to church to check a box.
Yep.
Yep.
And the church is dying.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think it's always about feeling something. I mean, obviously when you're in love, you should feel something.
Sure.
But it's often about what are you going to do with that information, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to hear something that is about the scripture, about Jesus, and then how I walk in that the next day.
Absolutely.
Right? Like I don't want to just
what carries
shout.
me over to the next
Yeah.
week?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
So what do you have for me today to help me through this problem?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or how do I become more like Jesus this week?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It may be sacrificing something that I didn't plan on sacrificing. Right.
Come on.
So yeah.
That's the truth. You know, I when I was a younger preacher, man, I see so many parallels to your journey and mine. I started preaching when I was 17, Omaha, Nebraska.
God bless you.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've been doing. I'm 45, so I've been doing this a while as well. But then, you know, I went to like all of the schools I went to private Lutheran school from kindergarten to 8th grade, one of the only black kids in the school. I went to a Jesuit Catholic high school for 4 years, Creighton Preparatory High School.
You went from Lutheran to Catholic.
Lutheran to Catholic. While I'm a black Baptist.
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Like,
you
man,
understand what I'm
That's
saying?
a story in itself.
And right, but like you said, you're talking about, you referencing Dr. Darrell Hall, and like that book he wrote was amazing, and just the ministry that he does. But I thank God for all those experiences, because it did help me to kind of learn how to communicate across the bridge. So like, we're joking about the hooping and stuff as a black preacher, but you know, I could take the same message, I go preach it at James Pascal and do all of that, come here, preach the same message, like, and God is good today, isn't he not? And we give him glory.
And you don't
We're
sweat your
thankful
suit up either.
Yeah, no, I don't sweat my suit up. I love it. I don't feel like I just ran a marathon after the fact. But it's just, you're giving the same word. It's just different audiences,
Right.
you know. I love that, man. And so let me ask you this, you know, kind of bridging on that, like, I know there's been kind of a whirlwind for you, you know, just kind of getting your feet down on the ground, April, all of that. How much have you had the opportunity to just kind of explore what Newton County is, Covington? What have you learned about this community so far? And it's okay if it's not like a ton, but because I know you're busy, but like, just what have you learned, and what's kind of been some of your initial impressions about this community? Because it is a diverse community as well. What have you learned about it so far?
Well, so far, I live in Rockdale. I've been in Rockdale for the last 8 years.
Okay, so not too far away.
And I live at the Newton line and the Henry line, so
Yeah.
kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
But diving into the church side, it's different. It's different. And wanting to realize the landmass. And I'm learning more from my members, those more seasoned members of the high school, segregations and the sit outs and all that stuff. So I'm still learning. I'm still just trying to immerse myself, but I've been so busy.
Yeah.
Morehouse is a beast of his own.
Yeah,
So,
I could imagine.
Yeah. So just for me, I hadn't had the time I wanted just yet to just sit down and just focused on ministry.
Yeah.
And not, you set aside time being bi-vocational, but you don't have the time to just I don't know, I need about 2 weeks to just sit down. Be
What you
careful what
saying?
you ask for, below. Make sure I get paid.
Yeah, right.
To just sit down and just really immerse myself in the community, because I'm a new pastor with an older congregation. So I have people sick, have people shut in. I mean, we have funerals. I mean, that's part of the job, right? So pushing out the sermons and just trying to step into a place where the pastor, he died. When I say died in the pulpit, I don't mean he died in the middle of the church, but I mean, he preached a sermon. He went to the hospital afterwards. That's the last time a lot of them saw the pastor. So I walked into a community of hurt people.
Yeah.
Still trying to process that hurt a year and a half later. So I really had to just dive myself into my membership, into my congregation. And so I got to work on inside and then trying to work on that way of getting out of it.
That's real, man. We often talk to my folks about, hey, there's in reach and then there's outreach. And sometimes we got to spend more time on the in reach part before we can even get y'all ready to go and reach the community. You kind of touched on it, man. Pastor Brown, good friend of mine, and was heartbroken when he, passed away. You stand on his shoulders, but then there are others like Reverend Dyer. There are others like Reverend Mosley. Just whenever you pastor a church as old as, a Macedonia, you've got these pillars that almost feel like, in some ways, they're still there. In some ways,
in the foundation,
whether they're still alive or not, and
the members still there.
Some of the, and some of them, this is a thing. Some of them are still pastoring beyond the grave, and so but you stand on these shoulders, man. What are you most excited about? Just about standing on those shoulders and just kind of helping maybe to reimagine the direction of this ministry. Like, what's most exciting to you about that?
This episode is brought to you by Busy Bee Exterminators. Are you tired of bugs and mosquitoes? Then give Busy Bee a call. Busy Bee is locally owned and operated and takes great pride in hiring local technicians to service your home or your office. Personally, I've trusted Busy Bee to take care of unwanted pests for me the last 20 years here at East Ridge Church. Bug and mosquito season is right around the corner, so give Busy Bee a call today at 770-787-3718. That's 770-787-3718. Or you can get a quote online by going to busybeeexterminators.com. That's busy, B-I-Z-Z-Y, busybeeexterminators.com. A huge thanks to Busy Bee for sponsoring this episode.
I mean, I'm most excited about God chose me.
Yeah.
And he's giving me vision, and he's trusted me to carry it out. And remember, God trusts you. That we don't talk about that enough. When God trusts you, that comes with a different level, man, of
yes, it does,
of living and lifestyle, and some stress and some pressures to be trusted with God and to be trusted with his people. So knowing, they may pastor beyond the grave, and everything is for a season. We're all leading for the next person anyway. Right? We're just warming up the seat for the next person.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave here. We're gonna die. People get promoted. You're gonna get moved. God's gonna move you. People may vote you out.
Yep.
They do that in the white church.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
They vote you out.
I've seen it.
They vote you out as a Black Baptist, baby.
I've seen it. They'll call a conference on you in a minute.
Call me.
Yeah. I've seen it now.
So it's, to me, I'm more focused on what God requires of me this season for Macedonia.
Yeah.
So I honor those legends. I mean, Pastor Brown, I never got a chance to meet him, but I left this out. I've never met anybody with the same birthday as mine.
Really? Wow.
So 9/15/83 is my birthday, and that's his birthday.
And that was his birthday.
That was kind of, God, are you sure?
Yeah.
This where you want me at?
Right.
Wait a minute, man.
9/15/83.
Right.
I bet that was a striking thing for them as well.
They got the same birthday.
Wow.
On the same year. I've never met anyone like that. Right.
Yeah.
So standing on those type of shoulders, and Pastor Dyer's son Fred came and preached church anniversary for me.
Yeah.
I thought it meant something for me to bring him back home.
Yes, absolutely.
To carry that. Most pastors just require that they preach church anniversary, the black church.
Yeah.
I was like, well, do what God told me to do.
Right.
So I lead with that same thing. And anyone in Macedonia can tell you, if God didn't tell Pastor to do it, he ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
And he going to stand on that.
Yeah.
If they know that, that's good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
he said,
it gets tight sometimes.
It does
but,
get tight.
You know,
It does.
being in leadership, you got to be comfortable with the tight spaces.
Yes.
You got to be comfortable when it's tight in the room. And yes, it's ministry, but some people do their thing because you're a pastor or you're a man of God. You can't say anything.
My God.
Hold on now.
Talk.
I'm still a man. And there's sometimes it comes where a man just has to draw the line and say, look, this is what I said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm saying it because of this.
Right.
I'm not going to waver on anything God told me to do. And if that's what you want, and that's the direction you all want to take, and that's not what God told me, I can just leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't know what God had to do to make me get here.
I didn't choose this.
Yeah. So if I'm ever put in a position where I got to choose between you and God,
Yeah.
It's an easy.
Yeah, that's an easy
I'm
choice.
choosing God,
That's
right?
an
Because I
easy
know who's
choice.
been rocking with me the whole time.
That's an easy choice, man. I've always said that. I'm like, man, I'm not that I ever plan to be quick to leave anything, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a church, whatever. But I will. If I'm not gonna fight you over what I know God is saying to do. Either we gonna find a way to get there, or you gonna say no, this ain't where we going, and I'm gonna be like, all right, I holler.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna fight you to stay in your life if you don't want me here.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be the pastor with the gun on me
No.
saying I ain't going nowhere.
And you be justified because you law enforcement,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not gonna do that when it's time to separate and you feel like you don't want me anymore.
Yeah.
I just leave.
Right. Well, we can arm wrestle about the right things.
Right.
But, we don't have to get in a tussle over the color of the carpet or, this. Let's just keep the main thing the main thing.
Keep the main thing.
And we may come at it from different angles, but at least we can have a conversation about that.
Absolutely.
But if it's the way we do certain things, I don't know if that's always the thing to die, the hill to die on. It's like, let's talk about what's important. And, right now you're saying internally, we gotta, take care of the people. Grief is a weird bird, right?
Yes,
it takes time, and it
is.
takes patience and listening and leading, and then listening and leading.
You think
the
you're
outreach
over
is
it.
coming, but inreach is the thing you got to do right now.
With grief, you think you're over something, and then it hits you just a song, a
Just
memory,
trigger.
a sound, and it just boom.
Even now, like the holidays are coming up. This is a tough time for a lot of people because it triggers those memories. And speaking of, we're about to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
We are.
What do you have any traditions or as a family or church or
As a church, we're just trying to get through the year.
Man,
I've done my preaching calendar for next year
I'm trying to
already.
tell you.
I've got with Christian Education Department about the Bible studies, and we're just trying to get through Christmas.
I hear you,
And
man.
thank God that we made it through. I mean,
man.
you talking about it, just eulogized 2 members in November,
Mm.
and we've lost some more people who were members I just didn't have a chance to meet yet. So just trying to make it through the end of the year.
Yeah.
And make sure we keep it about God and taking care of ourselves.
Let the church be a refuge during the busyness that the world has created plenty of during this time of year.
Because one thing can happen, your people that are going to work and the volunteers are few.
Yeah.
They're few.
Yeah.
So you don't want to burn them out.
Right.
Even through the holidays, because I promise you, just as hard they're working in your church,
Mm-hmm.
they're working just as hard at home,
Right.
on their job and with their families. So you don't want to burn those people out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't want it to become a burden. God called me the pastor. He didn't call them to, fire up the stove in the kitchen or to go rob pastor to go do stuff. No,
Right.
you got to have a heart and for your people also.
Right.
So we're just trying to get through the year. We had a good year so far. I came in April. We're going to end on a pretty good financial note. We're doing good membership-wise. So we just get through the year and just thank God about it.
That's it.
And regroup for January.
I love it.
What about like your family? You guys have any special Christmas plans? Traditions you have?
Man, nothing in particular this year, thank goodness. Wife just had surgery, so we're down. She's down for about 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not, thank God surgery went fine, but we're not complaining about we don't have to deal with a lot of company this year.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
just trying to get through the year, man. My son, he'll probably be in and out. He's a junior in college now.
At Morehouse?
I call him a freshman. No.
Okay.
He left me.
He spurned Morehouse.
He left me.
Where did he go?
He went to Morris Brown.
Well, okay. He's still an HBCU family.
So
across the street, right?
He's across the street. No, my brother's a Morris Brown guy. He calls his self-proclaimed favorite uncle.
So Unc won out on that.
Yeah, he won out on that.
Yeah.
My son tried Morehouse. He's like, yeah,
Well,
this ain't me.
Dad's there.
There you go.
There's that. There's that.
And he's the chief of police.
Man, the chief of police there, and still could not get him to
I
come.
don't think I
He
would have been
came
there
for
to
2
begin with.
years, but right, and I think we ought to. I want to touch this real fast. A lot of preachers, pastors touch it too, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it got to a point I wasn't his dad anymore
Wow.
because he had to share me with so many people.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
So there would be times he want to come see me because he's living on campus.
Mhm.
I got an office full of people, or
Yeah.
an office full of his peers, people the
Yeah.
same age. My son ain't sharing me like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I noticed him kind of pulling back and his grades dropping. And every conversation you have with your kid, man, you don't want to be like, man, what's going on with your grades?
Right. Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
Ah.
Right.
Every
right.
time you
Because they're gonna shut down and
Right.
Yeah.
And and it starts to happen. So him saying this is not space for me.
Yeah.
Is just realizing, okay, well, God, I've done all I'm supposed to do.
Mhm.
I got him to this point. He's got to learn how to be a man himself. And I got to learn how to support him in his decisions. He wasn't saying I'm dropping out of school.
Right.
I'm just going to transfer.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. What's your major?
Right.
Psychology. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so you
Yeah.
still got a plan.
You still got a
That's
plan.
right.
You still got a
You
direction.
want to go over there and they took all your credits. Awesome.
There you
Now it's different because I got to pay out of pocket now when we going to Morris Brown.
Right. Right.
And I got the bill. Like, okay, this is doable.
Right.
All right. Well, he's got a job. He's got an apartment. He's thriving. I mean, his car has about 270,000 miles on it.
That
But
sound like
hey,
my old
I
car.
know.
Man,
Me
listen, I
too.
drive them joints till the wheels fall off.
it's
brother.
so
Listen.
clean, man, but it's so scary to get it. He keeps it so clean, but it's so scary to ride in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's real life.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
so
it.
back to the original. Yeah, we don't have many plans for the holidays, man. We're just trying to get through it.
Good.
It's been a heck of a year at the house for us.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We had the Thanksgiving episode where I was talking about
Lucky to be
things
alive.
yeah. He asked me what was I grateful for. I'm just grateful to be here, man. Like, because literally felt life trying to take me down. And I was just
Yeah.
like, man, I kind of like you, man. Just let's just get to the end of 2020. Let's get to December 31.
Mhm.
And then let's prepare for a good 2026.
Yeah,
you
let
know?
me get through the holidays, not regretting the holidays.
Yeah,
That's right.
And,
Yeah.
and not be in a place of, well, I don't appreciate the blessings I have.
Yeah.
Because sometimes these blessings can be burdens.
Yeah.
So give me the space.
Mhm.
I still love you.
Yeah.
I mean, but give me some space
Right.
for
Right.
the holiday season. And I look forward to that, to just having some space.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let me ask you, because we got pastors here. Both of you could speak into this even, but so this is a tough time of year for people. And you're talking about, both of you have mentioned this is a tough year, been a tough year. Even with, you got new transitions, beautiful, wonderful transitions, but they're new. You got grief in the church. You've a couple of eulogies. You told me you have one just this
Yep,
weekend.
yep.
Like, a lot of that is going on. We're living in a crazy, uncertain world in a million different ways too.
Yes.
How do we speak hope into that right now? What gives you hope, and how do you speak that hope to other people?
So I asked God, give me a great sermon series to get through November and December.
Mm.
And sermon series is another whole topic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I love sermon series.
So
though.
God, give me something that people can shout through this season about and hold on to. And one thing I love to do with my preaching, I love to challenge myself. So I'll preach things that no one ever preaches. Or I'll pray for God to send me the scripture that people overlooked and let me expound on that and teach that. So this series we're doing is something to shout about. I'm talking about David, but I'm not talking about the same stuff David did, like Bathsheba, David and Goliath. No, we're talking about those small things, right? I didn't choose this oil. We talked about when Saul sent word back to Jesse that David's doing such a good job here, I'm going to keep him. We don't preach that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But what I've done in private spaces has prepared me for what's coming. And when I talked about, you can't get around David and Goliath, but I talked about when David took the head of Goliath, he took it to Jerusalem. I'm taking it with me, right? And he took it to a land that wasn't claimed yet in Jerusalem. And just taking those victories and finding small things for people to hope out and trying to turn that back to what we see in the world today.
Right.
And people just need to get through the holidays without mental health is something serious. I'm a big advocate on mental health.
Same.
I stand on it for law enforcement. I've lost, it's back in that's so long. It was like 2021, 22. I lost like 5 friends to suicide. So I became a big advocate for law enforcement and suicide. And it kind of transcends to where I'm at now of making sure we focus on that. And holidays can be depressing. I mean, I still miss my dad. My dad's been dead now 2 years, and I still think about it. One of my best friends just lost her dad last week before Thanksgiving. So how do we get through these seasons? What are we grateful for? And just finding the small things in life, like just waking up is a blessing.
Come on.
Right? We take for granted sometimes. The biggest blessing we get is leaving our house and coming home every day.
Coming back home, man.
That's the biggest overrated blessing that we get. We woke up this morning. I kissed my wife bye. I went up and down the road and did all the stuff throughout the day. Came home, got back in the bed. That's a blessing. Like just moving my fingers is a blessing. So everybody's going to go through storms. We can't dodge that or go around it. But my focus this season is find the small things, man. Those small victories that when you think about it, they mean so much, but you overlook it because of life and family and jobs and money and government and president and church and all these other things that can take away from the small blessings. So my thing this season is just trying to get them to look at the small blessings that they overlook. Everybody will see you when you make it to the top, when you make it to public, when you the king or whatever and you're the top of your profession. But what about those small moments when it was just you and God and just a little bit of hope? Right? Let's focus on those moments to get through the season. You lost a loved one, cool. I don't remember one argument me and my dad had. But I remember all the good stuff. I remember those small conversations, those small nuggets where, you got a son, you guys got sons.
Well,
so, we try to be so wise and say stuff to them we think they're going to hold on to, and they're like, what?
Yeah, he'd be like, what you talking about, dude?
What?
Like, what's that even mean?
What? But I'm finding in this season, I remember that stuff now, dude. I remember those little crazy conversations, and I'm like, okay, this is what he meant. And I'm focusing on that and getting through that this season. And so far, I mean, I'm just trying to push that to people. Like we're still waking up. God is not done with us. You still got a mission. You still got a purpose. You still got people who love you. People who care about you. Let's focus on that.
Yeah, man.
And let's keep pushing.
That's good. That's
like
good.
that.
What brings you hope, man? What are you feeling?
I talking about preaching and things to preach about. I preached a message just this past Sunday out of Matthew, where Matthew chapter 6, where Jesus was talking about, why are you worrying about what you wear, what you eat, what you have on? I actually called it winning over worry. And I realized, number one, you got to help people. It's just practical stuff, right? It's you got to help people to know it's okay to hurt. You're human. And I think a lot of times what we do as Christians, what I see Christians do, is we feel guilty, or maybe we're even made to feel guilty that I'm still grieving this, I'm still hurting this, I'm still whatever. Well, you're supposed to be blessed and highly favored. Well, I don't feel blessed and highly favored right now, and that should be okay for me to say that. Even as a pastor, that should be okay for me to say that. Like I always say, transparency is ministry. And sometimes people get on me, be like, oh, you shared too much. I said, no, I don't share enough, because as long as there are people, Christians, pastors, whatever, out here preaching and hollering and shouting on Sunday, but struggling with suicidal ideations Monday through Saturday. No, I'm going to keep on saying, hey, this is how I feel sometimes. This is how, as a pastor, I hurt sometimes, but this is, how God can help you get through it. And so, I love what Pastor said, man, about helping people understand the little things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Because when you really add up the sum total of the stuff that happens in your life, most of the things that happen could be qualified as little things. Right. The big things pop up, maybe you get 2 or 3 or 4 big things happen to you in a year, but everything else is the so-called little things.
Yeah.
So if you can help people to center on finding God in the midst of the so-called little things, then you're actually training people to be fixated on God more than they're not, because those are the things that they're going to end up dealing with more than they're not, And so I just try to help. I'm trying to help people understand that God is not afraid of our frailness, of our weaknesses. Psalm 103 talks about it. He remembers our frame. He remembers that we are dust. He knows that our proclivities are to be hurt, to be frustrated, to be sad about things. And it's okay. And just let him breathe that life into you to help you get through it,
Yeah.
I feel like this is a season of life where we have to be more practical than we have maybe been in times past. We have to get more granular with people about how they're feeling, what they're dealing with, and how God is okay with that, and then how he can help you push through it, I lost my father 5 years ago, and here's, I used to hear people say this, and I didn't hate on it, but I didn't understand it when I still had my dad. I used to hear people who had lost someone close to them say stuff like, man, I picked up the phone and was about to call him, and I forgot that he was gone. And I was like I said, I didn't hate on that, but because I hadn't experienced it in my head, I'm like, well, how do you even, of course, they're gone. Like, why would you do that? Until I remember just last year, been 4 years since just last year, Father's Day, I'm walking through the drugstore, the Walgreens, or not Walgreens, CVS, walking through CVS, going to the card section to get a card from my dad, who's been dead for 4 years. And when that happened, when I realized what I was doing, I'm trying not to cry now, but when I realized what I was doing, I was like, dang. And it just kind of, I don't want to say it messed my whole day up, but it's kind of like what you were talking about, how grief can just come and get you. 4 years, man. I hadn't thought about that man like that. I hadn't cried or nothing at all. And me walking instinctively to go get that card for the man that's been gone for 4 years. And then I had to go home for the rest of the day and just kind of sit with that. I think what we don't do enough of in church circles is to help people feel like that's okay to have those moments. I'm not going to rush you past that moment. Let me let you sit in it and let God kind of marinate his presence with you in that. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to acknowledge, I don't feel like putting up the tree this year. It's okay. I don't want to put the wreath up this year. I'm just not feeling it. I'm glad to be alive. Thank you, Jesus, for you being God's son. But this is where I am. And I think if we can help people to be okay with wrapping themselves around their feelings and their griefs, they can see God kind of work through them in completely different ways, man. That's
rich, man.
I don't know if that, I was trying not to be long-winded with it, but I mean, that's
good.
just.
Man, that's good.
That memory, like you caught yourself in CVS.
Yeah.
But there was something so natural about the process. Like, here's what I'm going to go do.
Bro,
and then you caught yourself.
I went in there to get soda and a candy bar and some toilet paper. Let me go over here and get this card from.
Right.
Wait a minute.
That's but how that works though, that grief of like, well, now the recognition is like, oh man, he's not here right now. Yeah. But yet in the moment it was like he's right here. He's right here.
Like muscle memory, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've got my mom had a stroke that left her incapacitated. She can't speak. And can't really even answer us and stuff, but I still have a voicemail from the day before the stroke happened. and I'll play it occasionally just to hear her talking, right? Because I can't get that anymore. Just this Thanksgiving, what we do Thanksgiving night, and I have a daughter who's a Marine, so she was able to get liberty, came home with us. We had our family all together. All 5 Baileys were together. I got 2 other girls, so I'm the only dude in the house. But
I mean, you're spoiled.
That's exactly what that means.
You're spoiled,
That's
bro.
exactly
I'm
what
about to
that
tell
means.
y'all some more stories.
Yeah.
But we're watching videos, and I come across this video that's unmarked. It doesn't have a name on it. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Pop it in there, and it's mine and my wife's wedding from 1996.
Jesus.
So,
Bless you.
Me and Pastor was still in high school, man.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I had been dating her. We're 35 years together now. But anyway, so we're watching this video, and now her father, who's passed away, he's walking her down the aisle. We didn't know this was the video.
Yeah.
Like, I hadn't seen it. I've never seen it. And we were watching it. It was just one of those moments of, there was this grief of like, oh man, I miss them. But then it was like this beautiful memory of, oh, there they are, you know?
Yeah.
And it was once you get past all the laughing about the 90s and all of our, how we looked and stuff. I had like bangs that didn't stop. This is back in the day.
Yeah.
But it was just beautiful that and that was hope for me. Here's what I mean about hope. Hope is not something that is tangible.
Right.
That's the whole point of it, right? It's like something is coming and I'm hoping for it. Now we can go to Hebrews. We can talk about scripture about what hope really is. It's that kind of, I know it's going to happen.
Confident expectation. Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the only reason we know it's going to happen is because it already happened.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where we are in Advent. We talk about this, come from the Latin word of just the coming, the welcoming this. And I can have hope in scripture. I can have hope in Christ because he fulfilled that hope the first time.
Man, you preaching.
Right? Like, no.
Yeah.
But he's like, for
just missing a hoop, man.
That's
a thousand
he had it earlier,
years,
though.
right? They're waiting. They're waiting for this Messiah to show up, for hope to arrive. And then he shows up.
Yeah.
He does it. Right?
Yeah.
He does it.
Preach.
And now we got, all right, waiting on him again. Well, he did it one time.
Talk,
He did it one time, he'll do it again.
Talk,
right?
man.
So
if
that's
he did it before, come
he
on.
can do it again.
Come on, man.
Just hit a yeah.
Just say yeah. Yeah. Come. Next time you cup the mic like that, man, that's when you know. That's when you know.
The whole mic,
you got to cup the whole
mic,
man, and do it. That's.
We got Jacob. He's like, what in the world?
Jacob's like, what is happening here? Please don't cut my microphone. Please don't do that.
But that's where hope is, and that's where, like, I know we can talk about these moments, and they're real, man. They're real. The moments we're in right now are real, but there is hope because we've seen it happen in the past. We know it can happen again in the future.
That's good. Listen. Man, you know what? I feel an altar call spirit right now, man. Listen, I think it's
the Christmas special.
I'm telling you, I think this is a good segue to round it out. I'll ask you this last question, Pastor. What are you most excited about for the future of your church right now?
This episode is brought to you by Main Street Land and Properties. Main Street Land and Properties is your trusted partner for all real estate needs, specializing in commercial and residential property management, brokerage services, real estate development, and construction management. As both a real estate developer and broker, Main Street provides expert guidance in commercial real estate sales while fostering growth within our community. Their comprehensive approach ensures a seamless experience whether you're buying, selling, investing, or managing property. Main Street Land and Properties is more than a real estate company. They are a one-stop destination dedicated to building stronger communities and lasting partnerships. Stop by and see them at 2141 Emory Street Northwest in Covington. That's 2141 Emory Street Northwest in Covington, or visit them on the web, mslap.com. That's mslap.com. Huge thanks to the good people over at Main Street Land and Properties for sponsoring this episode.
Man, it's trying to push the vision that God showed you is scary to people.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just excited about what I see coming. And you said the hope, we know it's going to happen. The growth that's going to happen, the modifications to the sanctuary that I see happening, how we're going to grow. I'm just happy that they have open hearts again. Right?
Yeah.
They learn how to trust again.
That's good.
People who suffered a year and a half with no pastor, right? That means people. If you grew up with a pastor, it means something to say, I got a pastor.
Right.
I'm excited for the younger generation that comes in and the people that travel to the church and say, I want my kid to have a pastor that they know. I grew up with a pastor, so I want them to be able to know their pastor. So the days of I'm not saying the mega churches are dying and they're gone, but there's something about this new generation they want to come back to that smaller generation, that smaller church.
Yeah.
And just the reach we have. And I'm excited about getting back to the mission work.
Yeah.
But the mission work, this is what people misunderstand about mission work. All mission work don't sing in Africa.
This is true.
All that don't sing in South America. A lot of mission work can be done in Covington Jail.
Yep. Come on, man.
Down Henderson Mill Road, it could be done on the square. You got to be able to work where you are, work where you're at. So about the mission that we have, and our theme is for the next 5 years is Mission Possible.
Yeah,
I like it. Mission Possible.
I just did our 5-year strategic plan to everybody a couple of weeks ago, and Mission Possible is our 5-year plan. So anything we set our minds to with God's help is possible.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited about the next year of just growing and learning and what God is going to do, because He never ceases. He just blows my mind every time.
Yeah.
Well, and how much faith does it take again? Just
a mustard seed. A mustard seed.
Oh man,
I'm
excited for your congregation, man.
Listen, you ain't done this much preaching, Trey, all year, man.
It's Christmas special.
It must be, man.
You getting it in, man. You getting it in. Well, listen, Pastor. Listen, this has been a pleasure to have you with us. I know you're a busy brother, so thank you so much for coming this way. Man, tell the people that are listening, watching, whatever, how can they connect with you? How can they connect with your church? Maybe somebody's out there looking for a church home, and they're like, who is this Pastor Prescott dude, man? He seems pretty dope. Let's see what he talking about. How can they reach to you, man?
So you can reach us at all of our social media, Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, or the MAC. We put the whole thing on Facebook, so you can see Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church in Covington, the MAC.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yes, so you can't miss us. Facebook, Instagram. We got a TikTok page now. I can't figure that out, but thank God for a media team.
I'll tell you, I got other folk doing that now.
YouTube. You can reach us on those avenues. If you want to talk to us, you want to reach out to us personally, if you need to get in touch with me, just send a message. I'm very open about my email. It's Charles Prescott II at Outlook. That's the entire church has that email. My LinkedIn is Charles Prescott, my name. Everyone grabs me on LinkedIn these days, right?
Yeah.
So reach me on LinkedIn. Instagram is Charles Prescott _ 2. So
fantastic.
Yeah. All right, man.
Love it.
Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, you and your family, and I hope you're able to rest and make it to the end of the year. And then January 1st comes, y'all, and that's all about new beginnings.
I know. Don't even remind me, man. Don't even remind me.
I'm excited about the new beginnings, but I'm excited about the rest before the new beginning.
I know that's right. Yes, indeed.
All right, y'all. Well, Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas. We'll see you.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks, all.